Okay, Kiwi, let's see. We need to get the chat rooms so that we can talk to people. Live dashboard, Twitch TV. I wonder if anyone's gonna show up today. What do you think, Kiwi? Friday night? Probably not a good time to get people to watch us, huh? Yeah, I agree. I know. Yeah, I know. And we're an hour late. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's terrible. We're both an hour late, and it's Friday. So who's gonna come watch? And we're an hour late. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What do you want to say? Kiwi? What? We should turn off the lights, huh? Okay, let's ask Alexa to turn off the lights in the other room. And cheers. Alexa, turn off the lights. Okay. Turning off the lights helps Kiwi stay around here so that I can keep an eye on him. So let's see, where was I? I want to go to CD documents, random coding, React D3Py. And we're gonna copy this into a different, we're gonna copy this into a different directory and make something slightly new out of it. Yeah. CD documents workshops. And we're gonna say CP documents random coding D3Py to expenses CP minus R, and we're gonna have to I'm gonna make a new repository, React D3 workshop expenses example, a simple dashboard showing some data in multiple charts, like that. Create repository. Why is my computer being very slow right now? Right, OBS. I always forget about that. Why is Google Chrome taking up so much? That's weird. Okay. So we copied that and we go to expenses. Actually, let's say expenses becomes expenses example. And I feel like my code is, or my music is a bit too loud. We're gonna chalk this up to live coding, actually to workshops. I'm making this for a workshop. So workshops, and make the music a little less loud. There we go. Expenses example, CD expenses example, git origin remove, git remote minus help remove, git remote remove origin, git remote add origin blah, git push origin minus u master. What do you want, Kiwi? Let's see. So we should now get an updated new repository that we're gonna later use to yeah, I'm just gonna use the same repository to work with my workshops. Hi, Kiwi. Oh, whew, that is strong. Put too much whiskey in there, not enough. So this is a mix of whiskey and sparkling water, and I think I used too much whiskey. It's like very strong. Let's see if anyone's actually watching. Excellent. There's only me and Louis Villalobos. So we got that. Now, here I can say yarn start, and I can open this repository. Workshops, expenses example. Wunderbar. No, Kiwi, you cannot drink whiskey. And we have source. Pie chart JS. Okay, that's the whole pie chart. Let's make a new arc folder, I guess. Okay, yarn install. I'm not sure why that's not working. RMRF node modules. It's gonna take a while, but let's see. So touch source arc.js, and we're going to move this whole arc stuff into the arc. Import arc from /arc arc paste import react from react, and we also need component, and at the bottom we have to say export default arc, like that. rm.lock yarn install. Kiwi, what are you doing down there? No. Okay, installing packages, trying to make sure that I can still run this project now that I moved it. I think we can remove the logo. I'm not actually sure. Register service worker is still there. Does index.js still register it? Let's make that not register, because service workers often lead to problems. I don't want to zoom in too much because then it looks huge on my screen, but I zoomed in a little bit. Yarn start, will it work now? Bah, what, why? Dude, go away. . Okay, let's see. Localhost 3000. Wonderful. D3 is not defined. Let's go to. Oh, I can close this. I can close this too. Arc needs to import asterisk as D3 from D3. There we go. Okay, that's working. Cool. Wow, worlds. I don't think there's been a single live coding I've done in the past months, at least this entire year, that worlds hasn't been there. I think that's really cool. I don't know what he sees in these things, but I'm happy that he's always there. So what I wanted to do is make a connected bar chart to go along with this pie chart, so that we can see both the bar chart and the pie chart moving at the same time as data gets streamed in. I don't have a particular reason for why I want to do that. I just think it's going to look cool. So, bar chart. Touch source bar chart.js. And we go app.js. Component did mount. We're going to use the same data. Start trickle. All of that is going to stay the same. Hello, birdie. Yeah? You want to say hello to the people? He's not feeling very social right now. It's also his bedtime already, but he can stay up. He can stay up longer because he didn't get to hang out with me a lot today. So bar chart, we're gonna say data is data, and I'm gonna add a color accessor. This is gonna allow us to give the same color to both of them. Let's say x equals. Okay, so here x equals 400. Let's move that to 200 or 100 even. And this one is going to be at 400, and y is going to be still at 300, like that. Now we need to import the bar chart. Import bar chart from /bar chart, and we go to the bar chart. Let's see if we can implement that. So import React from React. Import asterisk as D3 from D3. That's going to be useful. And we say class bar chart extends component. Export default bar chart. Now what does a bar chart need? It needs to render all the data, right, Kiwi? Yeah, bar charts usually render data. So a bar chart is a set. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know better than me. Okay, then you explain what a bar chart is. Yeah? Yeah, not so smart now, are you? So, a bar chart... Hi. He thinks he's so smart. Don't you, Kiwi? You think you know everything, but then I ask you to explain one little thing to people and you can't. Crazy bird. Okay. So we have bar chart. We need the component from React. And we say a bar chart returns a grouping element that is translated to translate $x, $y, like that. What? Why is this? Oh, like that. And we say const x and y come from this dot props. And then in the grouping element, we're going to, let's see, how does the pie chart work? So the pie chart takes data, okay, groups data by the function. Why aren't we just passing in group data? That seems silly. What does group by function do? Let's try this. So we take data and we take the group by function, because bar charts are also grouped data, and we're gonna copy this part. Underscore data is group by func, data group by, and app needs to pass in a group by equals d dot tags split blah dot sort blah. So this splits them by tags, or rather groups all of the data. So we have an array of data, and we want to group it into sequences of arrays that have the same tags, essentially. Not essentially, that's just what we're doing. We're grouping them all by their tags. So we now have underscore data. So if I console log that, you'll see what I mean when I say, or let's say console table. And I need group by func. So I'm gonna take it from here. Bar chart, group by func. So here we see, oh, errors. What are the errors? Okay, let's try again. So here you can see that I have these things. They're grouped by tags and they have values and shit like that. Pretty useful stuff. Okay. So I'm gonna stop printing those because it's making my computer really slow. As you can see, I can't even resize the console tab right now. Ah, there we go. Yeah, not really. Did I fuck something up here? Yes, I totally did. Alright, let's fix that. There we go. Perfect. Now we have this bar chart, or this pie chart. Now let's create the actual bar chart. The way we're gonna do that is similar to how in the pie chart we loop through the things and we render an arc. Oh, blah. Maybe I should stop drinking the whiskey. That is, I made it way too strong. Blah. Okay, so instead of this dot py, we're just gonna map through the data itself, I think. Yeah. Let's see what happens if we go through the data map, and we say for each of them we render a rectangle that does what? It needs to go on an X position that is dependent on the actual tag, and the height needs to depend on the value. So we're going to say, what are we going to say, Kiwi? Let's find the appropriate scale in D3 docs. We're gonna need a linear scale for the height and a Yes, so no, don't poop there, poop here. So X scale is going to be a D3 band scale, I think. Scale band. Yes, D3 scale band. And Y scale is going to be D3 scale linear. Yeah. Now we're going to need to update the values in these scales. On on component that mount, we say this update D3 with this dot props, and on component that update, or will mount and will update is better, new, let's see, what does component will update take again? I feel like I should know this. I'm teaching this stuff on Monday at a workshop. Why don't I know this by heart still? Component will update. Next props and next state. Next props. This update D3, this, or just next props. And yes, I have a small plan that I will make. I might make a new D3 library, D3 in React library by the time I have a talk about this stuff at Reactathon next week, and I'm hoping to announce it there. But I've also been planning to make this for the last 2 years and I still haven't, so we'll see if the next 2 days are enough pressure for me to actually do it. Update D3 takes props and it updates the D3 objects. So we say this dot x scale dot domain goes from, how does the scale band work again? Let's check. So world's smartest caterpillar has joined the live stream, which I think is pretty cool because I did not know that the world's smartest caterpillar was somebody who enjoys my streams. I am not sure what qualifies a caterpillar to call itself the world's smartest, but caterpillars are pretty cool. Scale band. There we go. That's the image I was looking for. So, go away. The domain for the scale for x scale goes from 0 to props.width, and the range goes from 0 to d3.max new. The domain goes from 0 to props dot underscore data dot length because it's grouped by categories, and the range goes from 0 to props dot width. Let's see, will Prettier split this into multiple lines? It will not. Wonderful. Okay, and this dot y scale dot domain, this goes from this dot from props dot height to 0 because vertical axes are inverted, so we have to go from bottom to top, which looks weird, but bear with me. So we go from from 0 to props data, or rather d3.max of props underscore data, where the accessor is d.amount. Was it amount? App.js. Let's see. Group by func d.amount. Yes, we have tags and amounts. So d.amount, we want the maximum amount, that's our domain, and the range goes from props.height to 0. And then our rectangles go from the x position equals this dot x scale of index. Yes, x scale of index. Whoa, Kiwi. And y equals, let's say y is actually our y scale, so this dot y scale of d dot amount, and our width equals this dot x scale dot bandwidth, and height equals this dot y, yes, this dot y scale d dot amount. And we will see what happens when we do this. Something is wrong. No, nothing is wrong. But let's see. Does this render? No, it throws a bunch of errors. Wonderful. Cannot read property of undefined. Okay, so we need to group our data and say data.length here, like that. Group by is not defined, data is not defined. Const data and group by come from this dot props. Cannot read property tag of undefined. Console.log underscore data. Let's see. Tag taxi amount. d.tag, not .data.tag. Oh, because it's not going through a pie chart, it doesn't have a data. Okay, wonderful. So now we get nonce. Tag toys amount 118. Here we have a rectangle, tries to take an x scale, blah blah blah. Let's see, what are the errors? Rather, let's see if anything wound up getting rendered. No, because everything is a none. How do I solve this? This is the part that's really hard to debug. So let's go to app.js. And instead of doing the trickle thing here, we are going to take cached data and just pass that in. So instead of passing in the subset of data, we're just gonna pass in the entire data. And in theory, that should help us debug the whole thing because we're gonna have all the data available. Good part. Cannot read blah. What is cache data? What does cache data look like? So we have cache data, which is undefined. Wow, what is this dot state then? Oh, because at first it's undefined. Yeah, there. So we have to make sure that it is an empty array by default. Like that. And we can stop this interval. Here. This is just gonna make it easier to debug. Now. Let's see. So we have all of this data, and we get none for the X attribute. Ugh. I should stop drinking that. It is way too strong. So we go to the bar chart and let's see. Console log underscore data. Let's see what it says here. Console log underscore data. This will help us identify what we're looking for. We clear it. Okay, underscore data empty, and then it has a bunch of things. And my computer is acting up, which is fun. Actually, clear, reload, there we go. Data, empty, 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 and then full. And when it's full, it has a length of 17. But the X attribute is always empty. Okay. So because it's an ordinal scale, we have to say d3.range up to data.length. And that's gonna help us. I think. Maybe not. Let's try. Oh, I know. Let's say underscore data map d to d.tag, And here when we call the scale, let's call it with d.tag because it's an ordinal scale, which means we are mapping specific things to other specific things. But it needs more parentheses. Let's play around with this. Let's go to d3.js and do a play. Let's try observable. I've always wanted to play with observable, so let's give it a try. Okay. So let's say let x scale equal d3 scale band dot domain is 1 to 3 and range is from 0 to 100. What happens if I play this? I have no idea how to use this, but let's see. Scale band is not defined. I have no idea how to use this. Wonderful. Help. Okay. This seems complicated. But this seems cool though. Okay, so apparently I can import D3 and then it should work. Import asterisk as D3, or rather just import D3, and then I should be able to do D3.scaleband. Yep, that works. Now if I output xscale of 1, let's see what happens. Oh, unexpected token. Import at embossed brushable scatterplot. Oh, that's that one. Import view of selection as cars from blah. Okay, so import asterisk as D3 from D3. That should work. Import D3 from D3. Let's see. Observable HQ import D3. Yes, I know Mike Bostock created D3. What I want to know is, how do I use D3? Okay, brushable D3 scatterplot. How did he build this? View of selection equals D3.select. What? Okay. View of I have no idea how this shit works. Alright, let's just go to D3.js and play there, because I know that D3 is imported on D3.js. See if I do D3 dot, yeah, so band equals D3 dot scale band dot domain is 123 dot range goes from 0 to 100. Now let's see what happens if I say band of 1, band of 2, band of 3. Okay, so that should work. So I thought that observable HQ had D3 already pre-imported or whatever, but apparently I don't know how to call it to make it actually work. But I know that on D3.js it exists like that. So the question now is, why doesn't it work on my other one? Now let's see if it works this way. EBC band of A, band of B. Okay, so that should work. The question is, why doesn't it work here? Let's see, what do I get if I console log map d.tag? Data.map. Wow, I am getting really bad at typing. I think the whiskey is getting to me, guys. What? Why isn't it getting the tag out of the thing? Wait, let's remove this console log here because I think it's messing us up. Oh, that's what's wrong. We're taking this dot props instead of actual props. Okay, so now we have tags. That's good. We pass those into the domain and we take the range from 0 to width. So then when we call the scale with d.tag, it should work, but it doesn't. Wow, I have never had so much trouble with this stuff ever before. So we make a domain that is taxi, car, plane, gasoline, train, Uber, Zipcar, taxi, Uber, bike share, Venmo, and so on. Hi. Ow! Duder. Now, the question is, hi Kiwi, what's up? Okay, let's see. Do we maybe not have props.width? And let's see console log of, actually after we fix the scale, after we define its domain and stuff, let's console log this.xScale of underscore data 0.tag. That way we might be able to see what's up. If underscore data dot length is more than 0, then do this. Strange. And try again. I misspelled length. So props.width is undefined, which is strange. I think that's what's messing us up. Oh. There is no props.width. So let's say we want it to be 400 pixels wide. And we want it to be 400 pixels tall. Let's see. So here it's 400, then it's 0, that's good. Let's see. So bar chart. I feel like this would have been a lot easier if I hadn't had 3 whiskeys. Right, Kiwi? Yeah, I agree. Okay, now let's see. Maybe this is actually working and it's just invisible. That happens sometimes with these vertical axes things. Let's see. Yeah. So all the rectangles are invisible because they are too low on the screen. What happens if I say aha, better? Okay. What if we put all of them at height 0? It's not a good thing that they're all the same height. Or they're actually all very similar height, which is strange. Okay. What did you do, Kiwi? I heard a noise. You flew away and then there was a noise. And you got scared and you flew back. Strange little creature. Okay. So, this is kind of working. But I always forget how to get this to actually work. So we want to start them at, let's see, we want to start them at 0 and then give them a height. Why do they all have a very similar height? what are the amounts? Console log underscore data dot map d dot amount. Let's see if all the amounts are actually very similar, because they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be similar because they're very different in the actual in the pie chart. So we know that the heights are different. Okay, and they are different. So what is the D3 max of this? Oh, let's make the range go from 0 to props.height. That might help. Okay, that worked. Now we just got the invert the whole thing. So if we go from minus this dot y scale dot of d dot amount, what's gonna happen? There we go. So now they're all up here. We just need to move the whole thing a bit further down, and we need to, what do we need to do, Kiwi? We need to add some padding to the scale band. Let's see, D3JS, D3 scale, range, round, padding inner. Padding is if a convenience method for setting the inner and outer padding to the same padding value. If padding is not specified, the blah blah blah. Padding 5. Come on, that should give us inner padding. No? Oh, it's padding inner. So this is padding inner. So we say padding inner. Why doesn't that work? Let's see what happens. Strange. Everything has a width of 0. Why? Yeah, I know, Kiwi, it's weird. So we set padding inner to 5. What if we set it to 0? At 0 it should still work, okay. At 0.1, oh, there we go. It just needs to be a very small value, and then it works. Now if we go to app.js, and we go back to rendering data instead of cached data, now we should see the whole thing jump around and move. No? Oh, because we also need to start the timer here. Start trickle. There we go. Isn't that nice? Okay. Now I'm going to commit this. Git status, git add source, git commit. Connect bar chart to pie chart. Awesome. Next step, moving it further down, adding colors and adding axes, because axes are what makes bar charts readable. And I think this is going to make a great example for the React in D3 workshop on Monday. I hope so. Bar chart here, we're going to say fill. Let's see, how did we did it for the arcs? Style fill color. Blup. And we say bar chart style fill color, where color is actually going to be, what do we pass in here? Color is color of D. And we say color is color of D. We take the color function from this.props, and let's see what happens. Thank you, Raymond. I am an idiot. And now I just committed something that doesn't even work. Wow. Alcohol. I think alcohol past a certain point doesn't actually help with coding. Surprise. Let's see. Color. What is the color function? d_data.tag. Here, this one should be just d.tag. Voila. Neat. Now let's move this a little bit further down so that it's better aligned. Cool. Now let's make the SVG wider so that it is. What happens if we set it to 100%? No, Kiwi, you are still not allowed to drink alcohol, but you can have some nice water. Good boy. Yeah, I know you're thirsty, but alcohol will not help you because you are a small bird, and alcohol might just kill you. Good boy. Cool. So that worked. Now we need to move this to 200 and this one to, let's say, 550. Maybe even a bit more. 250 and 600. I said save. We need to reload. Cool, so that works. What are you biting? Oh. Cool. Cool. Now this one doesn't have a highlight, this one does. But whatever. Let's see. Git commit -a-m, add color to bar chart. Even though apparently I already committed stuff. Git push origin master. I'm very... So I have a space heater blowing warm air under my chair and under my desk area, and generally warming the lower part of my body, but my fingers are super cold right now. Actually, let's do it like this. SVG is going to be, how much width do we need here? 1024 pixels. And app intro is going to say text align center. Hopefully that will align the SVG, but I think it's already like centered. Ugh. That is just not pleasant anymore. Okay, now how do I add an axis or axis? Actually, honestly, I don't think an axis would help. What would be really interesting is knowing what is highlighted, so that when I highlight this here, the other one gets highlighted as well, and there's a text here on top that tells me what I'm highlighting. That would be interesting. Yes, let's build that. Oh, 1 hour. I can go a little bit longer, but I think I'm starting to kind of fade. Great. I have Twitter blocked. That's probably a smart move. But let's see. So we want an on hover back. Yeah. Let's see. Select tag equals this dot select tag, and here select tag equals this dot select tag, like that. Now here we're going to say selected tag equals an empty string or null, like that. And we're going to also push down selected tag into this dot, or just selected tag. So we're going to take selected tag from state, and here we're going to push down selected tag equals selected tag. The idea is that we're pushing down selected tag, and then we're passing back up the tag that has been selected. Whether that's clicking or hovering or whatever, the idea is that both charts know which tag was selected, and that helps them do stuff. Yeah. And here we're going to say h3 equals selected tag. Right. Now pie chart needs to push select tag and selected tag, so select tag into is select tag. We're passing it down, which is really, this should be the new context API, but you know, I'm old school and I also don't know how to use the new context API, so we're just gonna do it this way. Right, Kiwi? Kiwi doesn't give a shit. An arc on mouse over. Do, 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 do. So we pass select tag into arc, which means on hover we have to say this props select tag is this dot props dot what, how do we get data in? D equals data, right? Yeah, d is d, blah blah blah. So we say this props d dot data dot tag. That this should work in theory. Let's see if it does. No. Okay, let's... This props select tag is not a function. Okay, let's console log this dot props in the arc where I did something. Oh, there we are. This props, we console log them in the arc. And let's see. So we have the select tag, which is undefined. So pie chart takes select tag from props and passes it in as select tag, but pie chart isn't getting select tag, even though it is set to be... Oh, I have to actually select tag of tag is this set state. Selected tag is a tag. Wonderful. Now it's gonna work. No. This set state is not a function. Select tag equals tag, which maps to a thinger. Yay! So that works now. Cool. So we now have tag selecting. Now on unhover, we have to say on unhover we say this props select tag null. Okay, where did my music go? Back to the music. I'm wondering how many is anyone watching, or how many people are watching. I'm gonna guess it is 3 people. Haha, I guessed correctly. It's 3 people. Great. So now we need to make sure that highlighting still works. What else? Not sure what else, but let's see. So we are selecting a tag right now, but when we come back, so we select a tag and then we re-render, and we re-render in the original color here, because the color doesn't know that it needs to be different. So let's do this. Here, instead of having state for color, here, color is this dot state. We're gonna say if selected tag equals this dot tag is selected equals this, or let's say just d. So d dot data dot tag equals selected tag equals selected tag, which comes from props. Selected tag, arc.js, app.js. Let's see, select tag says the selected tag, and this it's passed in. So the arc also gets the selected tag if the current tag is equals, or actually, let's just do it this way. Selected. PyChart is going to know selected equals selected tag equals the data dot tag. If that's true, then we know that this current arc is selected, which means that arc, if it is selected, needs to say color dot saturate to, otherwise it's just color. Let's see if that works. I'm not sure that worked. Let's wait for it to load. Now, not quite. Okay, so now selected is true, but the color isn't changing, which is bad. Okay, so why is color.saturate not working? What is the color? Color is a weird function from chroma.js. Now chroma.js, is it chroma.js? I think it's chroma.js, yes. Why is it not saturating? So it's correctly detecting when it's getting, when it's hovered, but it's not correctly detecting what to show when that happens. So here we have style color for fill is supposed to be 237, 231, 242. But if we unselect the whole thing, then color is 237, 231, 242, which is wrong. So why is this chroma.js thing not working? What did I have before? Let's go check on GitHub. How was I saturating this thing before? Because I think I'm doing it wrong. D3Pi. Oh, Birdie is eating. So we go to the arc, or here it's just a pie chart. And arc on hover, this state color saturate 2, and that should work. Let's see, console log color and color.saturate 2, and I'm going to change it so that it is just rendering the entire thing immediately, just like we did a little bit ago. So we change this to let, and we get cached data, or yeah, cached data, and we say data equals cached data. And now let's see. Sature is not a function because saturate is a function. Saturate. Ah! Okay, so I accidentally quit code. Very silly of me. Also, I think I'm getting hungry, so I'm going to eat the bar I bought at the gym today. This thing. I hope it's good. No, Kiwi, you cannot have any of this because it's chocolate, and chocolate will literally kill you, unfortunately. As much as I would like to be rid of you and not have you in my life anymore to cause mischief, I also don't want to do that. Strange. So line 72. Let's see. 2.94 72 1121 078 170. So that should be working, right? Yes. So why isn't it working? Yes, hello bird. Yeah. No, Kiwi, you cannot eat this. No, you can't. No, even if you spin. I'm sorry, it has chocolate. It will kill you. No. So, we thought we taught Kiwi to spin in a circle if he is begging for something, so now every time he wants us to give him food, he spins in a circle. But unfortunately this has chocolate, so he can't have it. Let's see if that works. Selected is undefined, okay. Because so I'm taking select tag, passing it up, and selected tag is coming down from app.js. Am I passing it? So in the arc, oh, that's what's wrong. Selected should come from props. Yay, so that works. Now let's see if we can translate the selected part to go into the bar chart. So similarly, when it comes to the bar chart, we give it a selected tag, select tag function, which is a callback, and a selected tag which is the current selected tag. In the bar chart then, here, look, you can't have this, it's chocolate. How are you not getting this? So when we're setting the rectangle color, we say here we have selected tag. We say if selected tag equals d dot tag, then we take color D saturated by 2 and color D. Let's see. Yay! Now we have two charts that are connected together. But I need to make it not jumpy. So here each selected tag should be at least an empty space. Or like that. Will that work? Nope. So we say hover something, and ideally that will give us the spacing we need. Or we're gonna just do a space. That doesn't work. Great. That works. Now, the next thing is to make the hover from the other side work the same way. In bar chart, okay. I got chocolate on my pants. Always a bad idea. So here we say on hover equals At this point, we should make a new component for the bar. And we say touch source bar JS. And we open that. The import React and component from React and import asterisk as D3 from D3. Where did that come from? And we say class bar extends component and export default bar, and the render method is just returning this rectangle. Now we need to say hi const xy width and height and selectedness and color come from this.props, and here we say selected. Now bar chart, where it builds the bar, it needs to say all of this like that, except selected will be selected tag equals d dot tag, like that. So here we draw a rectangle with an X, a Y, a width, and a height, with a style of select takes the color, saturates it, or whatever. Color takes color. Okay. Now on hover, this dot hover, and on unhover, so similar to mouse over and mouse out. On mouse over, on mouse out, this dot unhover. And let's take these from the same functions, like that. We also need the D tag or the D value. We say D equals D. Now let's see what happens. Oh, we need to import bar. Import bar from /bar. Select is not defined. Bar.js 24. 24. Select UD. This props select tag is not a function. So we have to say select tag equals select tag, which we take from props. Yay! So we now have two very connected charts. So I think that should serve as a good example for the workshop on Monday. Git add source, git commit -a-m, connect both charts. Git push origin master. Oh, one more thing. Let's go back to the trickle approach. Let's see what happens now. Neat. So that works. No, Kiwi, you cannot have whiskey. Okay, I think this is nice enough for a workshop example on Monday. And I think it's going to be plenty difficult to build. I mean, we're gonna build it together at the workshop. I'm gonna walk people through it, but I think this is going to be complex enough to make it interesting and fun. And it also shows an approach for how to doing things and how you can use the same data to render different representations of that data and all of that. So, thanks everyone for watching, and I am probably going to skip the usual Sunday. I'm probably going to skip the usual Sunday stream because Morgan is coming back from Costa Rica tomorrow night, and now I think it is time for bed. So thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you next time.